10 seconds.
Yeah. We did it. We done did it.
Bam!
Bam! Morning, Facebook folks.
Facebook.
Old-fashioned radio Christmas begins at 10 p.m. Christmas Eve.
I'm not getting my Facebook notification. What's going on?
1110. The following program, paid for by Right Path Real Estate, does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff
But it
management, or
should.
ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
It's gonna be a full day today.
Get
Absolutely.
ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Hot mics.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Right Path Real Estate Radio. You know, we're going to try and change lives through practical real estate investing. And we were working yesterday with a person that's a 10
She's
in their
definitely a
particular
10.
in their particular field. Hey, good morning, Billy. How you doing? So for those of y'all that don't know, we're on AM 1110, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Thanks for you guys that join us there. We also broadcast live on the Book of Faces. I just learned the other day that you don't actually have to type out facebook.com/Right Path Real Estate. You can actually use the abbreviation FB.com.
Isn't that crazy?
What do you think they paid for that? You think Facebook had FB.com when they probably not?
I gotta assume in all Mark Zuckerberg's wisdom, he had that before he.
You think
he
so?
launched. Absolutely.
I don't know.
You don't think?
I kind of have my doubts. And, you know, 2-letter domain names, they can be expensive. You know, I own a couple of domain names.
One or two.
Paid $9.99 for most of them.
Yeah.
Most I've ever paid for a domain name, $2,600. Probably the best buy I've ever had when I was able to buy sellusyourhouse.com for $500. That was a pretty good buy.
Yeah. Pretty cool story too.
Yeah, pretty okay. And then, but you know, fb.com/Right Path Real Estate. All you got to do is like our page, and every time when we go live on the Book of Faces, then you get to see us. So,
Well, little notification pop up.
yeah, absolutely. So, good morning, Billy. Good morning, Eric. So, so when we're saying good morning to folks, we're seeing that people are joining us in the room, watching us live. And we're going to be talking about that. You know, most people really like controlling their financial plan. And once we help them create wealth through real estate, then they're really confident in their financial future. And, you know, when I see so many people that we talk to are like, hey, do you have a 401k or an IRA? And they're like, yep, sure do. What's it invested in? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, how much you plan on having in retirement? I'm like, I hope it's enough.
Hope it's
I
enough.
hope it's enough.
Hope it's
and I
enough.
think, you know, hope is
It's not a strategy.
it's not really a plan. It's not really a strategy. And in fact, you know, had somebody just recently, with fact yesterday, the lady that we were talking about, she says, well, I get my statement, you know, either monthly or quarterly.
Yeah.
And she really she looks at like if it's green, it's made some money. If it's red, it's lost some money.
Yeah.
So, and she said it's been
Good,
red
good
a lot.
month, bad month.
Yeah.
Been read a lot lately, right?
Yeah. Reminds me of playing red light, green light
Exactly.
as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like red light. Oh,
Dang it.
dang it. You know, you had to be kind of quick. You know, you're like,
Yeah. So then your 401k becomes a 201k.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Then you get that letter when they say it's closed. That's
Yeah, that happened to you, right?
It did,
Tell
it
tell
did.
that story.
So I was just shortly out of college, and I was doing what I went to college for, which was accounting.
Yeah, sure.
Long story. We won't get into it. But so I was doing that, and I was working for a company called Unisys, and they did all the back-end banking for Washington Mutual.
Sure, yeah.
And so, you know, I had a 401k, worked there for, 4 or 5 years, and when I left,
Were you maxing out the 401k?
I was.
So whatever,
and
3% typically.
I think it was a little higher than
Yeah?
the normal, so they were pretty
Pretty generous,
generous.
yeah.
So I left it, right?
Yeah.
Whoever was handling it, I was a kid, man. It's like they know more than I do.
Of course,
Let 'em
right.
have
They're the
it,
pros, right.
And that was, I guess, 02, 03, 04
Yeah.
back,
Right.
a little while ago. And so when I left the 401k,
Right.
And I would get the statements, and I would never even open them. They would just go in a box,
Sure, right.
And just
It's not like you're gonna do anything with it, right.
I can't touch it anyway.
It's not like
I
it's
just
a
leave it
cable
there.
bill.
And then out of a wild hair at one time, I went online and looked at my account, and I was like, wait a minute, that's half the size of what it used to be.
Yeah, right, sure.
I was like, okay, well, and there was some, market trouble at the time. I think that's what sparked me to go look.
Right,
and,
sure.
It had cut itself in half.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, well, It's got to wait for
But
it
the
to
good
come
news
back.
is that you would only put half the money in.
I
anyway.
don't put half an in, so I was even at that
You were
point,
even,
right?
right, yeah.
But then a couple years later, I got a letter saying that the account was being closed because the balance was zero. So
Wow.
yeah, not quite sure.
So,
Never.
so it went from a 401k to like a 2.00.5
Yeah,
K,
somewhere around there.
a 2.005 K, and then down to a 0K.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, mind you, I probably picked all high risk stuff, or I said I was okay with high risk
Yeah,
and all
of
that
course.
kind of stuff because
Yeah.
I was young.
Yeah.
And I knew that,
Yeah,
if you
risk
got
big, win big.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're long term, right?
Sure,
it makes
right.
sense.
You'll make it up, right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it doesn't always work out that way.
Right.
So that's part of the reason I love real estate, because
Right.
even no matter how bad it gets,
Right.
I always have it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I never get a letter saying, hey, it's gone.
It's down to zero now.
It's down to zero.
Yeah.
It disappeared.
Hey, that single family house that was worth 150,000, it's
Poof.
poof. It's zero now.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So
It burned down. Now it's zero.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but I
What
get
about
this
the
check.
land?
But I get the land and I get the insurance check.
Yeah, exactly.
I get to rebuild. Yeah.
Yes.
All of that.
yeah, totally different ball game.
Totally different. Yeah, but you probably had insurance on that. Oh wait.
I don't think they have that.
Yeah.
And if they do, I wasn't.
Can you imagine if they Can you imagine trying to sell that to an insurance company? Here's the idea. What we want to do is we want to insure against. Well, it's called options, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And options are really the options.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so how does that compare to what you're doing in real estate now?
Well, and when I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, what people don't realize about real estate is it's simple math.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
not
pre-calculus.
It's pre-calculus. Yeah. But then again, so is counting.
Right. So,
Right.
Yeah. When a 3-year-old learns like one, I'm this many.
Yeah.
How old are you? I'm this many.
I had that conversation with my 5-year-old nephew over Thanksgiving holiday that he was doing pre-calculus.
Right. He's like,
Blew his
wait,
mind.
what? Wait, what? Go tell all your friends you're doing
Yeah,
pre-calculus
exactly.
today.
So it's just you can understand it, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's what's so amazing about real estate is most people, they're investing, even if they have the financial ability to invest more than other people,
Yeah.
they're never 100% confident in what
Right.
they're doing.
Right.
Because one, they're not loading up Bloomberg themselves. They're not doing that themselves. Right.
Of course.
So they have to trust that somebody else is going to do the right thing. And number two, they never fully understand all of it. Now, mind you, we came across a guy yesterday.
Yep.
He knew every single thing he was invested
Yep.
in, but he's a unicorn.
Right. He is.
Right?
Right.
Most people aren't in that kind of control. But
Correct.
he had been taught all that from his father, right?
Right. Yeah. Of course.
And so it made sense.
Right.
Didn't that guy know you're on the radio?
Yeah.
So for me, real estate, it allows anybody to be comfortable with what they're investing in and know what's going to happen, as
Yeah.
opposed to the unpredictability of being in the market or another vehicle towards your retirement.
Yeah. All right. So let me hold on. He's asking for a gate code. So
We're doing real estate.
Doing real estate
on the radio.
Yeah,
absolutely.
doing real estate on the radio. So got a contractor going to one of my properties.
There you go.
And I'm like, hey, brah, don't you know I'm doing?
Check your clock.
Like, check your clock. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of radio, just radioing.
Just radioing.
Well, so here's the interesting thing, because you mentioned like he's a unicorn.
Yes.
Right. He knows more than the average guy.
Yes.
He knows exactly what he's invested in. So he's one of the guys that you more likely to win than not win, right? So if he knows more than the average guy, what chance does the person that's just average or below average have in terms of winning?
They don't. So
this guy said, "Hey, my portfolio's got to go up 70 grand just to break even."
Yeah, like he just took a little butt kicking, right?
Yeah, and then,
So
and then we
if
were
the
talking.
savvy people
Yeah.
are having that problem,
Right.
I have no chance,
Right.
man. And while he was telling us that he knew every single little thing,
Correct.
my thought was, how much time
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
has this guy put in
Right.
outside of what he's doing
Yeah.
for employment and things like that?
Yeah.
I mean, to be an expert at
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you have to put a lot of time into it.
Absolutely.
And with real estate,
Yeah.
you don't.
No, you don't.
It's not that. I mean, if you're building a business, sure, there's a lot of time and work.
Right.
But if you're just exposing some resources to real estate passively, you don't need to study this for 10 years to understand it.
Absolutely.
It's just you don't have to.
Well, We do know that if you want to build it as a business, we can teach you that.
Absolutely.
There's 8 core competencies that you must master in order to be successful
Yes.
in the real estate business. And there's a lot of people that start a real estate business not knowing that those are the things, and oftentimes that's the reason why they struggle.
Yeah.
In fact, you and I both met tons and tons of people that said, "Oh yeah, I did 5 deals last year. Flipped 1, wholesaled 4. I was expecting to make $30,000 per deal. I was hoping to have $150,000 extra after doing that, and really I averaged about $15,000 total.
Yeah.
Like $3,000 per deal." And I'm like, yeah, you're losing money slowly, and you don't realize
don't
it
know it, yeah.
because you don't really know what your marketing costs are. You're not evaluating your time. It's a little bit like one of the stories that we talk about a lot is when people are, if they're a chef and they want to open up a restaurant and they go, "Oh man, last year I made $120,000 in the restaurant business." And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you could have gone to not own the restaurant, not worried about payroll, not training your people, not having the hostess, not being there. You could have just gone to work as a chef someplace and probably made 100.
Yeah.
Right, somewhere between 80 and 100, just being the chef.
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
so you really only made 20
Yeah.
owning the restaurant, and they're like, oh, and then so if you're not thinking of it like that,
If you're not paying yourself, then it's
well, then what I realize sometimes is that the median home price in Houston, Texas, right now is about $240,
Yeah,
$250,
$235, $238.
something like that. So let's for easy math, let's say it's $250.
Okay.
Well, 3% of $250 is like $7,500,
yep.
and so I mean, if you do 3 listings in a month, or you help 3 buyers find a house, not even being an investor, you make $22,000 just being an agent.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh man, and it reminds me about the giving up show business story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll tell that off the air because I don't know that all of that good.
That's not a bad story.
All
to
right,
share
so
on the air.
I'll tell give up show business. So guy works for the circus, been working there for like 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts complaining about his job, and his job is that he follows around the elephants with a bucket, and when the elephant, like a pretty large bucket,
It's gotta be a big bucket.
with a dolly.
Depending on the size of the elephant.
It's full grown elephant,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So elephant, leaves a mess. He has a shovel, shovels the mess, puts it in the bucket, and he's griping about, man, it's the same old stuff every single day. Smells bad, looks bad. He's been doing this for 25 years. And he does get to travel around,
Yeah.
But so he's telling his friend, like, he just really doesn't like, and he goes, well, you could always quit and get another job. And the guy says, what? Give up show business? And so sometimes we get so laser focused on one aspect of what it is. Like, hey, I want to be a real estate investor. And what I'll tell you guys that want to be wholesalers, stop and think about this. This is going to be a mindset shift. If you're not making at least double what you would make being an agent on a single deal, then you're losing money and not realizing it. Because it is easier to go out and get a listing or to represent a buyer than it is to
Absolutely.
go out and find a deal that is a non-retail deal.
Yeah.
There are way more retail deals than there are non-retail deals.
Absolutely.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of non-retail deals out there. They're not hard to find. But it's even easier. I mean, like 95% of the market's the retail space.
It is. So what Tom's trying to express is people.
Hey, is the music playing in the background? Can you turn that up, Nikki? Because I can just barely hear that. Hey, the music in the background says I'm out of time for this one segment, so I hope that y'all are learning some things. I want you to stay tuned.
Stick around.
Stick around through the break, and we'll be right back. All right, I'll be right back.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general
Nikki, how long was that music
investment
going?
Property? Then call Fast Track.
What'd you say?
How long was that music going?
742-9992.
Over a minute. Or reach
Over
us
a
on the
minute?
web at fasttrack.
Neither one of us heard
Yeah.
it.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling.
That's awesome.
Single-family
What's going on, Rob?
properties,
Stacy,
whether
what's
it's a
up?
flip,
Daniel,
rehab,
Valerie?
or rental rehab.
What's
No
going on,
more
Raymond?
managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself.
Good morning, Ashley.
Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Good morning, Nora. Good morning, Henry.
Real estate investors.
Thomas.
A lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties. Jet
Thomas, I'm
Lending
trying to
properties
come by the shop today for my
as little cash out of
logos.
pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800
Morning, Tim. Morning, Glenn.
or email us at info@jetlending.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, Let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office.
Hey, Glenn, let me know if you're going to ride with me
as we
on
simulcast
tomorrow.
all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at
Morning, Chad.
questira.com.
Good morning, Marty.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance.
I'm going to leave here around 2 o'clock, Glenn,
The investor mindset.
so I can
They
get
know
to
what
Hockley
you
by
need
3.
and when you need it. We're here for you.
And then we'll
Are
be
you a
back here
rehabber,
if all goes
wholesaler,
as planned by
buy and hold, or
5:15.
flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you.
I got 2 minutes.
2 minutes heard.
4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
All right, 30 seconds.
Just the sound of that word makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at AndersonAdvisors.com, and don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
I always forget about that little patch of.
Gotta keep your head up.
Yeah, right. What time?
Glenn's riding out with me tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to show the property in Hockley.
Yeah.
You want to look at it since we're coming back here for base camp. I said you can come here and ride with me and save
Perfect.
one, guys.
All right, cool.
We ready, fellas?
Sure, why not?
All righty, here we go. Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, 713-785-1817. Been a long time since we've had a caller.
I was thinking that yesterday.
I give the number, and like, man, surely there's somebody out there who's got a question.
Somebody's got to have
Somebody's got to have a question.
Is it fear, you think?
Probably.
Okay.
You know, fear keeps a lot of people from doing
a lot of things. Yeah.
I've never, I've not, rarely have I ever faced fear in terms of jumping out of an airplane. I was pretty fearful.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but other than that, haunted houses, sometimes, but it's really more like a startling than like a real.
Yeah, that's a different kind of thing. I think for me is there's two different kinds of fear, right?
Yeah.
There's a fear with danger involved.
Yes.
And then there's fear which is kind of the unknown, uncomfortable,
right?
And I think a lot of times is for most people, once they kind of get to that fear, uncomfortable part, that's a warning for them to back up.
Yep.
For me, if there's no danger involved, that's a sign that I'm probably going in the right direction. Right. Because if you're not stepping out, they say the low-hanging fruit, right, and things like that. Sometimes you got to go out on a limb.
Yep.
But that's where nature actually put the fruit, was
absolutely.
out on the limb.
Yeah, right.
So I've always.
It's not at the base of the tree.
It's not, right? It's out on the edge of the limb.
Right.
So I've always kind of judged what I'm doing, and if I'm sitting in the same spot for too long and I haven't done anything that scared me, or I haven't started to get uncomfortable recently, then then I'm probably in the wrong spot for too long.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Well, in fact, what I find with people that are afraid to take action is the number one fear that most people stops them from taking action is the fear of failure.
Yes.
Right. And what I realize is that people just haven't experienced enough failure.
Yeah.
And because what you realize, once you've experienced failure, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times,
It becomes less scary.
yeah, you realize, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You pick yourself up, dust yourself off.
Absolutely.
Get back in the race,
Yeah.
I mean, and what I fear is not taking enough chances where I look back and I have a regret that I wish I'd have tried this. I wish I'd have tried this other thing. I wish I'd have taken more action. I think most people, when I've read biographies or I've read stories about people's lives and they talk about regrets that they had life to do over again, that the number one regret is I wish I'd have done more. Risk taking. That's really, and they're not talking daredevil stuff.
No,
they're really not. But
and even in real estate now, when we talk about every conversation I've heard you have, and I've had myself, anybody that's done anything in real estate over the past 10 years,
right?
When you ask them if you could do anything different, what would you do? It's always the same answer.
It's always the exact same answer.
Exact same answer, and it never changes.
Yeah,
and it's I wish I would have bought more.
Right? Yeah. It's not like, oh man, I wish I hadn't have bought that. It's like, oh, I wish I bought 5. I wish I'd have bought 25.
Yeah. And here's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Most of those people at some point lost money on a deal.
Yeah, of course.
But that's not their answer.
Right. No.
The answer isn't, I wish I would have never got into that bad deal.
Right.
Their answer is, I wish I would have bought more.
Yeah, of course. Well, and even if they lost money on that deal, it was normally on a flip.
Yes.
Not on a buy and hold, because it's not hard to mess up a flip. It's really hard to mess up a wholesale.
Yeah.
And because you just don't, most people just back out of the transaction instead of losing money, right? But on a flip, you can lose money on a flip. I mean, I've known people that lost more than $100,000 on a flip.
Yes.
And you have to. In fact, I've lost more than $100,000 on a flip. And not bragging, I'm just saying. Yeah. but thank goodness, I mean, that did knock me out of the game. That'd have been my first deal or something like that. Would have knocked me out, right?
Yeah.
But you learn lessons from that. Never lost $100,000 on a buy and hold. In fact, never lost $20,000 on a buy and hold. Never lost 5.
It's kind of impossible.
I've never lost money on a buy and hold.
It's this market doesn't allow it.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't allow it. Even. In
fact, if you buy a house today as a buy and hold rental, and then you do it right the way that we teach you, because there's a plan on how to do it right. You can do it wrong, but even if you do it wrong, it's still the market will still bail you out. You hold a property for 10 years, you will not lose money.
And I even a lot of the people I've had conversations with that have lost money on a flip.
Yeah.
And it's 100,000, right?
Sure. Right.
You got to be really good to do that, right?
Right.
But it's typically 5, 10, 15, 20. The crazy part is they go back and look now. If they would have just refied that thing and held on to it, they would have been okay.
Right, yes.
They lost the money on the flip because they sold it.
Because they're financing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so had they refied that thing out in the long term and just sat on it, the market would have bailed them out.
Yes, that's exactly right. So why do people? Here's the fascinating thing that I love studying human behavior. My undergrad's in psychology. I have a minor in business. And I love watching people do certain things. I recognize everybody starts kindergarten through 12th grade for most people. Some people get a GED, whatever. Some people go on to college. And what I recognize is that there's a lot of really good teachers out there.
Yeah.
And then there's some not so good teachers.
Absolutely.
But I feel like our educational system doesn't really prepare people for life.
It doesn't.
It prepares people to be employees.
Yes.
And nothing wrong with that. I mean, most people are employees.
There's nothing wrong with being an employee.
Absolutely not.
There is something wrong with the fact that our education system
doesn't prepare you for life.
Doesn't prepare you for life. Yes.
It's okay if it prepares you to be an employee, but it should prepare you for life as well. Like
Yes.
It bothers me they don't teach anything about insurance. It bothers me they don't teach anything about banking. It bothers me they don't teach anything about finances. Those kind of things. Just some basics. Now that being said. When I see people that plug into the system, the traditional financial system as well, where they're putting money into a traditional IRA. I don't mean like a self-directed IRA like you get from Quest or something like that, where you're taking control of your own finances. But I'm talking about sticking your money in a 401k and like what you did, and you realize, I don't know where it is. I really don't know what it's in. I don't really know what I'm buying because it's my money. And so it's interesting, like this conversation we had yesterday with that lady.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what you pay for blue jeans, right? You know what price or valuation you pay for blue jeans, and you would never pay. She said, yeah, I'd pay maybe $150 for a really nice pair of blue jeans. I'm like, yeah, but you'd never pay $1,500. If you did, you would know it.
Yeah.
So why do you know more about how your spending habits are on your blue jeans than you know about your spending habits for your retirement?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And she said, look, I've invested $17,000 in my retirement so far, and so far it's gone red, last several months. But she said, I don't even know what it's in. I don't
Couldn't
even
tell
know
us one thing.
And I'm like, why do you know more about the brand of jeans you own than, and you've only spent $150 on that, but you spend 17, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever that, and you don't know. I mean, it's like,
and that's the way, because
and she's not stupid.
No, she's not.
She
Super
is
smart.
Oh my God, she's incredibly
Super smart.
Yeah.
The education system raises us to depend on somebody else.
Yes.
For that area of our life.
And then we have to ask, do those people have our best interest in mind? And then I start thinking about the pyramid scheme. Here we are all at the bottom, trying to give them our money to invest for us. And it's like, when the market goes up, they make money. When the market goes down, they make money.
Exactly.
When the market goes up, I make some money. When the market goes down, I don't make money. I lose money, right? In fact, I don't really, because I don't have any money in the market.
Exactly.
Yeah, because my money's in real estate. So, some people say don't put all your eggs in one basket, and other people say put all your eggs in one basket and just guard that snot out of that basket, right? I'm really that guy. I guard the basket of real estate, because what I recognize is that they can print more. Exxon can print more stock. Did you know that?
2 minutes.
You can't print more houses.
You can't.
No,
it's coming.
Maybe. I've heard some debates about that. It's not here yet. That's what I know.
We're still ahead of the curve.
You know what they're not going to print more of is land.
No.
They're not going to print. Now, I'm not a huge proponent of buying land, and why I don't like land is it's not a cash flowing asset typically. So if you could buy land and make it cash flow, then I'm not opposed to. But I don't like assets that don't create cash flow. So if it's not creating cash flow and from a real estate play, then I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, we're lucky enough in Houston to get cash flow and appreciation.
Yes, you can't do that in California. You can't do it in New York. Some other places, but. Is the music playing in the background?
It's not. We've got a minute
good.
and a half.
All right. I'm like, now I'm starting to hear things.
1 minute.
As you
I was
older,
a second ago, too. I just figured I'd write it out.
Yeah,
See what
right.
happens.
Hey, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. You can put your fear of calling behind you if you want to ask any question about how you find deals, how you fund deals, how you analyze deals. We've got a great deal analyzer. We've got a great network of people that will help you succeed. In real estate, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We've got a whole team. In fact, we have a plan, we have a team, and with us, you get a coach as well.
Absolutely.
And so if you want to plug into that system, if you want to accelerate, if you really want to, plugging into that is about shortening time horizons.
Yes.
Somebody can learn how to do something in 20 years, but if you could learn the exact same thing in 3 years, wouldn't you want to do that? Or if you could retire in 20 years versus retire in 3 or 4 or 5, which would you pick? If you could earn 40% rate of returns or 5% rate of returns, which would you pick?
We give easy choices.
Yeah, we give easy choices, but what's interesting is without giving that choice, like an A/B choice, a lot of people choose the smaller end of that equation without actually realizing it, because there's oftentimes a cost for doing something and a cost for not, and people don't look at both sides of that. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. We'll be right back.
Ginger, what's up, Ginger?
Man, I used to have an 8-track of that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
You need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment property.
I'm not bragging, I'm just saying.
Will help you purchase
I can remember my mom's, she had a Chevy Nova that had an 8-track player in it. We didn't have any 8-tracks, but tapes were already out, but she still had the car with the 8-track player in it. And I was never could quite figure out what it was until I was older and realized. And it's crazy now that we're living. We lived through the era where 8-tracks disappeared, then tapes came along.
Cassettes.
They're obsolete, and now CDs are becoming obsolete. I know, right? Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I know.
Like in a matter of a short span of time,
right?
And it's like, man.
I was blessed to know my great grandmother really, really well. And she was born in 1898.
Cracks in your brick, doors
and
that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart.
then you may have
And
foundation movement.
So when I look at her life, that air travel, space travel,
Yes.
cars, I mean all that happened in her lifetime. That I mean she grew up in a horse and buggy age primarily. And then to go from I mean she was in 1910 she was 12, right?
Wow.
And you just think about all the things that hadn't happened yet in 1910.
Yeah.
That we look back now as a long time ago.
To live through the Roaring '20s and the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And, man.
Yeah.
What
So
a
in
century.
1920 she was 22.
Wow.
Yeah. And then,
What a great time to be 22.
Right. Yeah. Just a couple of years before the stock market crash and the depression and all that. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I realized that hey, you know what? If the things that I've seen in my lifetime, from 8 tracks to it's not quite the
It's
same.
not quite the same. No.
But I mean,
Like-
we landed again on Mars yesterday, right? I mean,
Yes.
that's crazy.
I actually read a really long article on that. They were sweating it out for 7 minutes.
I know, right? While I was going through
like
the
this whole thing it's got, and there were like 22 different things that had to go exactly right. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, the type of planning that goes in to that 7-minute window is crazy.
Chloe's mom has an uncle. It was her mom's sister's husband, right?
Okay.
Lived out in California, worked for JPL.
Okay.
Real high up in JPL. And JPL is the unmanned spacecraft, NASA's manned spacecraft, right? And so we went out and spent 4 or 5 days with them out in California one time, and just got a chance to, he's a true rocket scientist,
Wow.
And he's talking about some of the guys that are the real brainiacs behind, and just they're functionally, socially not functional,
Yeah,
right? I mean, they
absolutely.
don't own a car, they don't have electricity,
Yeah.
I mean that kind of stuff. But I mean, on a calculator they can do trajectories of.
Wow.
And he started describing how they track unmanned spacecraft. I thought that they just track it like nonstop, always plugged into the internet. They don't. They check on it here and they see it, and then they project where it's going to be, and then they
have
find
the waypoint where they're going to.
And
have
then,
next.
when a satellite's going past a planet,
30 seconds.
then it's the gravity affects it, but also radiation is energy, right? So it's the radiation, the solar radiation from the sun bouncing off the planet, reflecting that. Wait, what? Millions of miles out there, and you're like,
and they're measuring it.
and to within. I mean, you can't even be a half an inch off, right?
Wow.
I mean, because then that's when you're going millions of miles.
that makes a
that's a
difference,
miss,
right?
That's a miss, right? Yeah, and
Very same in retirement.
yeah,
Think
right.
about it.
It's a
Just
miss.
a little bit off.
You're a little off, and
This is Business
Yeah.
1110.
Steve Perry is no relation. Just full disclosure, as the song's about ready to. So, all
right, guys,
I don't
here
have
we
the
go.
same
Hot mics.
vocal range that he has. Probably no surprise, right? So, hey, just talking off air, saying that Steve Perry is full disclosure, no relation to Tom Perry, and neither is Tom Petty. Tom Petty's also no relation to Tom Perry, and neither,
Almost.
and neither is Tom Berry. He's no relation either.
No.
No. Yeah, that sometimes people get confused by that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which was really cool to see you guys at that Quest Fright Night
Yeah,
event
right?
going up against each
Yeah.
other head to head.
I earned the trophy.
So many people there were going,
Tom.
that's 2 different guys?
What? Tom Berry? Tom
I
Perry?
always thought that was the same person. It's
Right.
crazy.
I know, right? So, all right. So you listen to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I'm not even going to.
Don't give the number. Nobody's going to use it.
Nobody's
I
gonna
want to
call.
touch on something real quick. We started to talk about it earlier, and
Yeah.
you had started getting to a point, and then we went to break. Tom was talking about earlier about the median home price in Houston and what one half of the representation on the retail agent side
Yeah, sure.
makes, right?
Yeah.
3%, which is decent money on a median.
$7,500.
Yeah. So I see so many people, they're trying to get into real estate and they want to do wholesaling because somewhere along the line somebody told them that was the lowest point of entry, that was the easiest thing to do. Well, when you've got 8,000 retail houses selling a month and 2,000 or 3,000 non-retail houses selling a month, where do you think your better chance of getting a lead is? Obviously in the retail section, right?
Yeah.
And people are going out and they're putting everything they've got into being a wholesaler,
Right.
and they're going out and they're making and they're on Facebook. I got my first check for $3,000. I got another one today for $4,000. And what they don't realize is it makes more sense to go be a retail agent than to function the way you're functioning.
Yeah, it does. Well, it's a mindset thing. It's
Yes.
like they can't tell, the all of their friends that they're a real estate investor. I mean, it doesn't have the same panache to be able to say, hey, I'm a real estate agent as a real estate investor.
Well, and I would argue,
but what I'll
if
tell
you're
you
a
is,
wholesaler, you're not a real estate investor anyway.
You know what panache is? Making $20,000 a month as opposed to making $3,000.
Yeah.
Or making $7,500 in a deal as opposed to making $3,000 on a deal.
Yeah.
And I think now, again, I'm not here to teach people how to be a real estate agent.
No.
I will teach you how to wholesale correctly.
The correct way.
I will teach you how to flip correctly. I will teach you how to buy and hold correctly. I will teach you even how to be a lender correctly, if you want to learn that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because those are the 4 ways that you make money in real estate. I won't teach you right now how to buy apartments because I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not anti-apartments. I'm just anti-apartments right now. I also won't teach you how to do commercial real estate. Now, I know that, there's people that I know right now that are picking up some small multifamily.
Yeah.
And they're getting some great rates on them and things like that. But what I'd say is that's not the same as going out and buying a 200 unit or, something
Different
that you could
ballgame.
really be passive. I mean, when you're buying an 8 unit multifamily, you're going to be active in that.
Yes.
I mean, it's hard to outsource fully to a property management company the same way that
your rents are going to be $600, $700 a month.
$525.
Yeah.
You're not getting a stellar tenant at $525 a month.
Yeah.
And and that's going to require more management. I mean,
Yes.
these are people that are let's say struggling with life.
Yes.
And because 525 is kind of the lower spectrum.
Absolutely.
Of the economic scale. I mean, that if you look at what percentage of your household income should be spent on housing, and if 525 is your number as that percentage, then you're not making a ton.
Yeah.
You're not killing it. You're not exactly winning in our economy.
Yeah.
And our economy's doing pretty well
It's
right
doing
now.
pretty well right now.
So with the economy doing as well as it is if you're still only affording $525 a month, then the good news is you can improve your skill set.
You can.
You can always become more valuable in the marketplace. And one of the ways to do that is investing in education.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we help people with is learning how to do things better. And a lot of that begins with how you think.
Yeah.
And we one of the things that we talk about is there's a process. We have what we have because of what we've done, and we do what we do because of the decisions that we make. But we really decide the way that we decide based on our thinking, and it's amazing to me that again back to that thinking of like, oh man, I got to be a wholesaler, because that's where the big money is. And yeah, there is some. I mean, first wholesale deal that we did was $47,000, and that's great money for some people. That's a year's salary. I mean,
Absolutely.
In fact, that's. A lot of people work an entire year and don't make $47,000 in a year.
Yeah.
And so that's fantastic. But
Great.
But you've got to be good at marketing. You got to be good at sales. You got to be good at evaluations. I mean, there's a lot of things you got to be good at. Now, it's hard to start out good at that. You
Yes.
know, so as a result, most people average about $3,000 to $5,000 as a wholesale fee, and because they don't really know what the value in the marketplace is.
Absolutely.
And what I'll tell you is, I think that there's other people in the marketplace that are teaching folks how to wholesale, and they're really not really trying to teach you how to wholesale. What they're really trying to teach you is how to be a bird dog for them to
Yes,
wholesale.
absolutely.
Right? And so they're not going to give you all the ins and outs. I don't know that they have your best interest at heart. I mean, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus,
Well,
but
and you're not really, if the dog barks, then,
Yep.
that's fine.
yeah. So anyhow,
So,
sorry.
I always think about that pack of dogs with the throwing the rock in the middle.
Yep.
So if you are a wholesaler and you're having trouble getting assignment fees that are higher than what a retail agent would make, come see us. Come check us out tomorrow at noon, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
We've got an event going on here at the office, 12 o'clock noon at 13501 Katy Freeway.
What's that event called?
That event is called the
Wealth Through Real Estate.
Wealth Through Real Estate.
Yeah, it's
We
the Wealth Through Real
renamed
Estate
that
event.
yesterday.
Yeah. It is now called. In fact, our website. Be checking in the website over the next several days.
We've got some cool stuff happening.
Yeah, in fact, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening Friday, Saturday, Sundays when I think a lot of the changes will be happening. And but that event's going to now be called Wealth Through Real Estate, the introduction to Wealth Through Real Estate.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because obviously it's an hour-long event, and in an hour, we will blow some people's mind in an hour.
Yes.
but we can't teach you everything in an hour. I mean,
can't.
well, I can't. I everything that I know about real estate, I didn't learn in an hour.
No.
And so in fact, I can't transfer everything that I know in an hour.
You can teach it a lot faster than it took you to learn it.
Absolutely.
But not in an hour.
Man, if only there was a me out there when I was first getting started.
Absolutely. Where would you be now?
Oh my gosh! But when I look at all the real estate, I don't know if you realize that Jason and I, we invested over $200,000 in real estate education through various different groups along the way, and learned quite a bit. We did. I mean, I want to give credit where credit's due. That we picked up some good ideas. But there were so many questions that we had that none of them could answer. And I was like, why can't they answer these basic questions? And now I know why.
Yeah.
The people that were teaching, they weren't actually doing real estate.
Yeah. So they could teach you things about.
Or if they were doing real estate, they were doing, like, we wanted to do 8 to 10 deals a month.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing 8 to 10 deals a month. They were doing like 3 deals a year.
So you get a different picture of the market, right?
Yes.
3 deals a year to 100 deals a year.
Yes.
You see different things.
Yes.
And that's what's awesome about our group now as we continue to grow and things like that, because not only are we seeing the market beyond the 100 deals a year that we're doing, but we're seeing the market through the number of deals the group's doing as well. So we're getting market information that other people don't have.
That's correct.
And we're not sharing that on the radio, but it's nice to be able to see that from.
Well, and our goal is not to have 1 million people in our group, because 1 million people aren't action takers,
exactly.
right? And so what we really want a much smaller group of people that we can really, you and I were in a meeting that one yesterday, and one of the things that you came out of the meeting and said that really stuck with me is it's like, man, I would state my idea, and then you would state your idea, and then I came up with a whole new idea that I wouldn't have thought of if it wasn't as a result. Like you said, I've been trying to brainstorm the last several days.
Because I knew what we were going to talk about.
Right. And you're like, I was trying to come up with something on my own over the last several days, and all I could come up with was these few things. But when I shared my few things and you shared your few things, man, my ideas exploded.
They blew up.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Right. It was.
And it's so refreshing.
Not only that, it's like, imagine if you were just trying to do it on your own. You wouldn't have come up with that many ideas in the next 6 weeks.
No.
Well, you came up with more ideas in 2 hours.
Yes.
So it's like you compressed 6 weeks down into 2 hours, and it really came up with better ideas than you would have at the end of the 6 weeks.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the ideas behind masterminding, is that you share an idea with someone else and they share an idea with you, and then that's going to generate a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth idea that neither one of you would have ever come up with. And that's really how momentum and explosion of growth takes place. And that's what we've been doing for years and years here at Right Path, is that helping other people by sharing ideas, because the real estate market's constantly changing.
It is.
And what we're doing today to get deals, to meet with sellers, to negotiate those deals. Now, our buying process has stayed the same. In fact, our script hasn't really changed at all. But how we evaluate the deals, what we're looking at in terms of the market, what we know about neighborhoods, things like that.
Yep.
I mean, I think about that neighborhood that's kind of unique. We've seen 2 neighborhoods really unique. One that a guy went for, tried to hit a home run on a flip. I mean, every house in the neighborhood selling for 125, 140 top end. I mean, I can't see a single sale above 140, but there's a listing at 250.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful house.
Fingers crossed.
Beautiful house. Yeah. I mean,
it did a great job.
But
you can't build a mansion in the hood, man.
Trouble is that what he doesn't realize is that even if it's sold, unless it's a cash sale,
so the bank's never going to finance that.
Will not appraise.
It'll never appraise.
It will not appraise.
Exactly.
And
then the other neighborhood, right? What was the max was?
Hadn't seen really anything above 285.
285, and he
in fact, when Michelle Imler was here last time, I showed her that property.
Yeah.
And she said, there's no way I can ever hang a number above 285. There's no way. I don't care what kind of rehab you do. No way above 285.
He was listed at 399.
Right.
Across the street.
Yep. Across the street.
And it was nice.
It was nice.
I'd love to hang out there.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't mind living there.
Wouldn't mind living there.
Wouldn't want to live there at $399.
No.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't finance it.
No, you couldn't. Thank goodness, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's always funny how the people that control the financing, they know what real values are.
Yeah.
And so they're the ones with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Stay tuned through the break. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Mike.
Mike's off.
In fact, you know what? I want to check out.
Percy, what's up? I'm already getting notifications for our meeting immediately after this.
I know, right?
And then after that, we've got another meeting immediately after that.
Right.
And then I've got a 1 o'clock immediately after that.
This is exactly
And then
why we started
at 3 o'clock,
Next Gen Appraisal.
and then
Next
Jet
Gen
Lending.
is a group of appraisers
It's gonna be a
specializing in investment
wonderful
real
day.
estate.
Yes.
We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of
Are you
what
looking
the
up?
property is worth,
Yeah.
Because it went
comprehensive
pending?
analysis
Yes,
of
I was
the
thinking
market.
about that. I was going to
Give
wait till
Next Gen
after.
a call
What's
at
the street address?
2906 Stoneway was ours.
9911, or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free
Tim said
weekly
that's right.
educational
I don't know
classes,
which right, but
networking opportunities,
must have been something
and
you
the
said, not
ability
me.
to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening.
You guys are in
For more
1085.
information, call
Huh?
us at
Oh, thanks.
1085?
Fun IRAs or visit
For
our website
conference
at
room?
Yeah.
questira.com.
Get
Oh,
to go
thanks,
December
Nikki.
13th.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chess.
And they aren't saying anything about.
You simply don't know what you're going to get.
Okay, so
the
we'll just have to
foundation
wait.
repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license.
I will be
nor is it regulated.
shocked.
However, Foundation Check utilizes
Shocked.
professional engineers to review all of our.
How happy will that guy that
Foundation
I have a feeling what's going to
today's
happen.
market. Remember
It's
to
gonna
check
fall out of closing.
for Ever Repair. Call 346
Financing addendum.
702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor?
Tim, we've done a
for
couple
your
deals in
investment
Dallas.
Property? Then call Fast Track
Handful,
Remodeling
5 or
at
10.
832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track
Remember
Remodeling
the guy we showed?
specializes in turnkey remodeling.
Oh,
of
yeah.
family
The guy that done
house
so much
properties,
nice
The
work.
last one we went to, man, this guy built it out himself.
Yeah,
Doing
right.
it yourself.
It was
No more
nice.
doing the work yourself.
Yeah.
Fast
He'd
Track
lay tiles like
Remodeling
dominoes on the
does
I
floor.
I thought I was going to eat it. So if y'all can imagine, if you're listening on Facebook, you know those
Subway tiles, and
like
you'd have on a
Subway style
backsplash.
tiles that you put on the backsplash
In the kitchen,
Well, this
yeah.
guy in the living room.
Yeah, no, like you would have on a backsplash in the kitchen.
Backsplash
right.
in the kitchen. So
Right,
this
sure.
is what he did his floor in the living room with. However, nothing was secured.
No,
They were just
he
laid.
They were just laid out. No, no thin set, no grout, no
So
nothing.
you're walking through the living room as he's explaining what a great job he did, and you're slipping around like, oh God, I'm about to go down.
We've been talking about he's been doing work on the house for 10 years.
10
And I'm
years.
looking at the outside. I'm like,
You haven't
Dude.
started on the outside yet.
and he goes, no, all the work's on the inside. I'm
Yeah.
like, so I'm expecting to be amazed on the
Yeah.
inside, right? Yeah, I was amazed, all right.
You were amazed.
Not in a good way.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Anderson Business
But they ended up being a good deal.
They ended up being a great deal. Yeah, not. I mean, yeah.
All 50 states. In addition
Not for
to
him.
structuring your business
Well,
for optimal
it wasn't his house.
He actually, no,
so you pay the least amount
yeah,
of
he got a
taxes
lesson.
available under
Yeah.
the law.
Yeah.
We have
He got a lesson in how the law
150
works.
range from lawyers to
Yeah.
CPAs to estate planners and much
Also, he was
more.
convinced that he was only $2,500 behind in taxes,
Yeah.
and he missed it by a digit.
By one
digit.
Yeah.
Call for a
2,500
free risk
versus
reduction
25,000.
analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741.
Yeah, so Tim, we do deals
Anderson
in
Business
Dallas.
Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741.
You aren't licensed in
and
Dallas, are
mention
you?
Right Path
Do you have to be
Real
licensed
Estate.
in
Yeah,
different cities?
it's a Trek license.
Okay.
So we do have MLS
Time is
access
money
in
in a real
Dallas.
estate deal. 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Your insurance
We
company
are a
is slow
member
or
of the Dallas
non-responsive, you could
MLS,
lose a deal
which is
like that. You need a
Netris.
quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, guys, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate. We're in our last segment,
We are.
so we want to talk about the event tomorrow.
Yes.
Give us the deets.
So tomorrow, 12 o'clock, you can register at www.rightpathrealestate.com. There's an events tab up top. You can go there, and it's our intro to wealth through real estate.
Yeah, but it won't say that on the website yet.
It won't, but
Yeah.
it will soon.
It will probably by Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you typically pick your child's name before it's printed on the birth certificate. That's
Right.
fine.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
So if you can make it out tomorrow, we'd love to have you. Come see what we do. Let us open your mind up a little bit.
Yeah, what's called on the website right now? So they
I think right now it's the
Actually, I think what you do is
Right Path to Financial Freedom.
Yeah.
I think it might.
Yeah, it
be.
is.
There you go.
Yeah, in fact, you go to financial. Click on the Financial Freedom button, and then it brings up and Right Path Real Estate offers expert real estate investment training. Sign up for the free event. That's what you want to go to, and they'll give you an option for Tuesday or Thursday, and the Thursday's at noon. So that's what we want you to do. Just give us your first name, your last name, your email, and your phone number, and which day will you be attending, Tuesday or Thursday, and then you'll get a reminder email.
Yeah.
And it's
And if you can't
what
make
was
it
the price
Thursday,
again?
we've got the price is free $99.
$3.99.
$3.99.
So if you pay 99 cents, we give you $1 back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and if you can't make it out Thursday, then we're doing one Tuesday at 6:30 as well.
But even before, if you want to see me live in person or Daniel live in person,
come see us tonight.
Come see us tonight.
Yeah, we'll be
I'll
out.
I'll be on stage tonight.
Yeah,
talking a little bit, passing on some valuable information to active real estate investors.
I'll be hanging out under
or people
the
that want to
tents.
be investors.
Yes, absolutely.
Whether you want to buy and hold, whether you want to wholesale, whether you want to buy fix and flip, whether you want to learn how to be a lender. Actually, lenders shouldn't come tonight. If you want to be a lender, you shouldn't come tonight.
You should not. That's not the place
It's
for
not,
you tonight.
not open.
But
If you
we can
if you're
definitely
a-
help you.
If you're a property manager or you want to be a lender, don't come tonight. You're not welcome.
Yeah,
they'll kick you out.
They will. We've seen it happen.
Yeah, and it's not pretty.
But if you want to,
it's entertaining, but it's
you
not
want to be
pretty.
real low key, come see me at the tent. That's fine. We can talk. And that's what what's great about what we do. If you're trying to do this actively, if you're trying to do this passively, we can show you both because we do both.
Yes.
Right? We can teach you all four ways because we do all four ways.
Yep.
So definitely come check us out.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for staying tuned. I'll be in the studio tomorrow. Tomorrow is Build Your Team Thursday. Again, remember that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Absolutely.
So, Nikki, I won't put you on the spot and tell me who's going to be on tomorrow, but we'll be in here tomorrow with Build Your Team Thursday. So, hope you learned some things today, guys, and hope we see you tonight. Thanks for listening.